Welcome to the Undercard Supercast for July 3rd, our year of 2014. On this episode, we will not be submitting this for a Webby anytime soon. Joining me tonight, just look at them. Currently in Las Vegas, Nevada at the world-famous Hooters Hotel and Grill, Earl Montclair, Taylor Engel, and Josh Hall. Gentlemen, how's the vibe? How's the vibe in Fight Town this weekend?
The vibe is great in Fight Town, really. I mean, there's just stuff going on all week. It's International Fight Week, so there's stuff going on everywhere. Lion fights tomorrow is going to be amazing. I mean, 2 UFC cards. There's fighters all over town. It's hard to actually run into them right now because there's so much going on that people are spread everywhere.
We were talking about your guys' itinerary. You probably won't be able to get to 175, but Taylor, you had the opportunity to go to the after party of your favorite fighter in the world, and you chose to attend a man who goes by the moniker Big Brown. What would you say motivated in that decision?
It's not a viewing party. It's a viewing party, not an after party. So we would be watching the fights with Big Brown, hopefully.
I just want to go watch fights with somebody that really understands the technical aspect of MMA. So I decided who better to go with than the man who lost to the 78-year-old ghost of Andrei Arlovsky.
But he took one of the great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners in the world to a draw in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So how can you not respect that?
Yeah, the man's he's a five-tool player. He's like Yasiel Puig, only more of a dick.
Ian Stewart.
Yeah, he's like Ian Stewart, but not as good.
Wait, basically, Salt Lake City's Ian Stewart?
The Ian Stewart and the Salt Lake City Bees, that's correct.
Ian and the Bees.
Are there bees in Salt Lake City?
Well, there is Ian Stewart, which is, he has some bees, I'm sure.
That is all. What? So you guys, besides the Penn Edgar fight, which obviously if you're going to the tough finale, and the Lion fight, card would be the absolute, probably most must-see fight on the card. Which other fight from the two that you guys are attending are you most interested to watch?
Well,
and why is it Tiffany Van Soest?
Besides that one, which is definitely Josh's thing for sure, we're definitely looking forward to the Justin Scoggins and Dustin Ortiz battle at the tough finale. Seeing Robert Drysdale at the tough finale is, that'll be nice. I could go on for literally hours about Robert Drysdale.
Literally.
Any chance we get to see maybe Schaub and Drysdale mix it up in the Grappler's Quest? And how much would you pay in American dollars to see that?
27 American dollars.
69 American dollars.
That's a hot dollar? That's a hot dollar number?
Where's the kush at?
I'd pay about 12 yen.
How many yen
big
is there in a dollar? Like 1,000?
I think I'm not. I haven't been to Beijing in a while. Not since my last business transaction.
Yeah, Taylor goes to Thailand for those.
Yeah, I have sex with trannies.
Yeah, I have sex.
Spending that Filipino money.
Getting that Philippine money.
With trannies.
Yes.
So, you guys are trying to keep abreast of the hot news coming in as best you can. Mayweather Maidana 2, yay or nay? It is confirmed. It is happening.
So, I'm actually a really big fan of it because Mayweather's way more cocky this time around, and if he thinks he can just beat Maidana bell to bell, and if he can actually go and do it, that'd be terrific.
What? All those out of the card of 176. There's chatter about it being scrapped. I mean, what kind of? I know you guys don't really have access to a whole bunch of research at your hands, but what feasible replacement can be put in there with Mendez on a month's notice, or what fight that's coming up can be slotted in there? Because as of right now, Mousasi and Jacare are your headliners.
And it would only be if suspensions and everything allow it, and if Cub's willing to put this role he's on a quick turnaround like that. But Cub Swanson's really the only serviceable option. Either that or, fucking scrap it.
Zombie's not ready yet, I don't believe. Not for a fight that quick. He shouldn't jump in on that short notice anyway.
What if Edgar and Penn get a flash win in 30 seconds?
So Penn.
PJ Penn, of his life, would absolutely take a...
Absolutely. The best shape of his life.
It will be his only featherweight fight. He says he's not staying at featherweight. This is a one-time deal because he wanted Edgar again.
Well,
fucking throw Mike Dolce in there. Fuck it. Dolce and Mendez.
Another fight that's coming up that will be a headliner, which really shouldn't be, Bigfoot Arlovsky 2.
Oh boy.
I hadn't seen that breaking.
I believe that was just announced today. That will headline one of the Fight Night in Brazil cards. So,
is that Fight Pass or is that Fox Sports 1?
It's Brazil, so it's probably Fox Sports 1.
It's probably Fox Sports 1 because it'll probably be on Eastern Standard Time, normal time.
All the international ones except for Brazil are getting the Fight Pass treatment, but Brazil ones are always on Fox Sports for whatever reason.
Probably because I think they line up in the time slot well.
Yeah.
Whereas the international ones, you're on all different, weird time. But yeah, that is confirmed. So Bigfoot Arlovsky 2, thoughts and quick prediction.
Bigfoot is going to murder him.
Yeah. I don't really think much of it at all, but Bigfoot's going to crush him, so it turns out I'm okay with that.
I don't think much at all, and I think that's a bad idea.
I mean, it was a questionable decision win for Arlovsky over Schaub in one of the worst heavyweight fights you can imagine. That's saying a lot for heavyweight fights.
A non-Soapolele fight, yeah.
Yeah, this was the rematch that absolutely nobody had to see. And no, UFC's not stretching too thin. No sirree, bub.
Man, no. I'm gonna love 5 rounds though.
Yep, I think that what it does in retrospect, what it really does is it makes the rematch of Barao and Dillashaw seem sensible. So maybe that's why they booked this one.
That was also booked officially for UFC 177, I believe. I mean, was that the right call, or would you have finally given a Sun Xiao his due?
That's certainly not the right call.
I mean, you got 2 guys who were the very clear contenders for the title. One of them has beaten the champ. One of them has been blown out by the champ. It's not even a decision. It wasn't like a show that would indicate that he is the better fighter than Dillashaw and just got caught. He got beat up for 5 rounds and finished. I mean, that's as decisive as you get in the title fight. In every way, I don't see the harm in having Barao take one bounce back fight. If he wins, shit, go right ahead. Let him look good again, and then you can sell it as a bad night at the office for him. Yeah, I mean, give him something. I mean, I don't understand the need for the immediate rematch. This, Chael didn't even get an immediate rematch after the first fight.
George St. Pierre didn't even get an immediate rematch with Matt Serra.
No, that's nope, that is correct.
It's absolutely correct.
Weidman and Machida, the headline fight of the weekend, though you would not know it by the UFC's wonderful promotion that they've been doing for this fight. How do you guys see the main event shaking out? We'll go because on my screen we'll go left to right, so your guys right to left.
Oh, well, shit. The thing about this one is that, like, as much as I really want nothing more out of this fight than to see Machida become a 2-division champ, that would be like, I would love to be in Vegas for both of his title victories. I couldn't be a bigger fan of somebody than I am of Lyoto Machida, but I really think that the rate that Weidman is evolving at, he's got like the biggest wind in his sails that he could ever get right now from 2 straight crushing defeats of Anderson. I'm taking Weidman by a 3rd-round TKO, but I would absolutely just take 5 years off the back end of my life for a Machida victory.
Similar to Tom, I would also take 5 years off the back end of Tom's life for a Machida victory, but I really...
That's very brave. That's very brave of you.
Thank you. I'm very edgy. My dream scenario is a Machida knockout, just because I really want them to be able to somehow shoehorn and force a Lyoto Anderson fight down the line, but I really don't think Machida has. Well, he obviously has something for Weidman, but I think Weidman's probably, even more so than John Jones, the next generation of fighters. So I think Weidman I think he taps him in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I gotta agree pretty much exactly with what Taylor said. I think that he's gonna be able to get Machida to the mat, and even on the feet, I don't know that Machida has the advantage there as great as his stand-up is, because Weidman is just, for as simple as his stand-up game appears, the guy is damn near unhittable on a clean shot and has just incredible striking power just to sneak in one good one and put you down. And so I think that he rocks him on the feet and then sinks in a submission.
Is there any chance you guys think that this might go like the second Machida Shogun fight where Weidman just bull rushes him and just overwhelms him?
Yes, that's
pretty.
I think is going to happen.
Yeah, that's why when I was saying rocked and submitted, I wouldn't surprise me if he just dropped him and didn't get the submission because I mean Weidman hits so hard. I mean, look what he did to Anderson's vaunted chin.
I really like. It seems like honestly, like I think that everybody's super high on Weidman right now, and they absolutely should be. But just I think to neglect what Machida's done as a template for his entire career versus, and especially in what he's done since he's finally moved to middleweight. Not that I'm saying any of these guys are doing that, but to just neglect it so much to think that Weidman just should absolutely steamroll him. I don't believe that that's the case at all, because I think even though Machida is so towards the latter stages of his career in a sense, in a way he's still not, because he's barely ever been touched, even still to this day. And he's still improving by leaps and bounds as well. And now that he's at a more natural weight class, I think there's a lot that he could show in this fight. The problem is I just don't know if Weidman's the guy for him to show that off against, because I think Weidman's just really, really, really good.
If you're not going to come in scared or tentative against Anderson Silva, I don't think you're going to come in tentative against Lyoto. Everyone's afraid to kind of plant their foot and go for it. Well, if you don't have the chops for it, like Ryan Bader, you can pay for it. But Weidman just doesn't give you a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. So I really do think he could just attack and pressure and smother and not let Lyoto get anything off, just how like Shogun did in their second fight.
I mean, I can't think of a moment in Weidman's career where he's been anything other than completely dominant, where he's ever been in trouble, where it was like, okay, he might be about to take a loss now.
Mark Munoz had him in deep shit.
Seriously, he would not wake up.
That was certainly a professional fight.
Half of it, anyways.
And the referee was also paid real dollars.
In cash, even.
Maybe.
You guys sung the praises of the Wynn Buffet. What was the best thing you've had to eat there?
Oh, where to start?
The Chipotle barbecue meatloaf was pretty outstanding.
I enjoy all three of those words.
I'm gonna go street tacos because I'm insufferable, and I like paying $40 for things I can get for 50 cents on the street.
No, but for the $40 price tag, it's absolutely worth it. I've never seen a buffet like it.
Like right even down to like just the side dishes that they had, like sweet potatoes with brown sugar and marshmallows, like it's fucking ridiculously good.
Like a little grilled calamari salad. Like
they had macaroni and cheese and pepperoni pizza for the Nolan Howells of the world.
Says the man who said that street tacos in the world's biggest buffet were his favorite dish.
They were phenomenal.
They really were good.
They made
Josh, what was the best thing you had?
Either the prime rib or the meatloaf was actually really, really good too. I've never tasted meatloaf that was done quite like that. They took a lot of really simple, known dishes and put a nice little like high-end twist on them that just was really, really, really good. And they had some phenomenal Italian sausage that they were cutting fresh that was great too.
Thank you, Corey.
So when you guys took a giant dump after all this fusion of food, whose was the weirdest color?
Mine was a kind of a green beige.
A kaleidoscope. Very earthy. That's good. You're getting your veggies. You're getting your fiber. I like that.
I did have a lot of Polynesian rice as well, But I think what's really going to put me over the edge in the dump color competition is my blood orange sorbet that I had for dessert.
I had a candy apple, red. My next one will be red.
Yeah, I Instagrammed our dessert that we had for everybody.
Josh has Instagram now.
Follow him, josh.hall.906.
I'm glad that Taylor knows that right off the top of his head immediately.
You've been Instagramming that much that Taylor knows your account right like that?
No, I just created
I also just remember things that have a variation of 69 in them.
Last night there was also a very late night trip to a little joint called Hash House A Go-Go, where Taylor tried to eat a
12-inch pancake.
A pancake the size of about the circumference of a classroom globe.
He wanted something light, and so he saw, okay, one pancake in this, that's good. And then he gets it, and the pancake takes up the entire plate.
I honestly probably ate a third of that meal. I was completely miserable.
They had the best chicken and waffles I've ever seen.
Will there be any sort of famous eateries in your future? Any sort of any sort of kind of renown? Not high end, because that's not going to happen. But any sort of like, you got to try this, or any sort of
We went to Pinkberry. Dana White approved.
It was delicious.
It's a pinkberry and sorbet based vacation for you ladies.
So we're going to the Heart Attack Grill tomorrow, so that's going to be our eating challenge.
Big black women.
Yep.
All right, real quick, how do you does Davis get to the second round?
No.
Despite the chinks in the armor being shown lately.
The I've seen in the armor that was actually what Davis showed when she was getting physically manhandled by Jessica I, or woman-handled in this case. If she deals with the physicality of I and struggled with that, I just don't see her being able to use her technique to handle Rousey.
Penn or Edgar?
Frankie.
Hey, do you think Frankie can get a stoppage on him, Luke?
Oh man, I will literally bite my own hand off in excitement, and then I will use said hand to do untoward things to myself. What's up?
Well, knowing how it finished great too, so.
I know.
Yeah, no.
I think Frankie's just gonna out hustle him and whoop his ass for 5 rounds.
About like the second fight, 50-45.
He's going to fight the right way.
We did have a conversation about this before, a while back. What do you got, Struve or Mitrione?
Struve, probably. Weird. Has Mitrione ever been submitted?
Probably.
Big Brown. Didn't Big Brown...
Who tapped him on the Ultimate Fighter? Somebody tapped him on the Ultimate Fighter. Probably Big Country.
Let me see here.
I thought Schaub got him in the
Anaconda. Yeah, so I'm obviously pulling huge for Struve here because I'm a giant Struve guy. I think he's going to tap him.
Giant Struve guy. I see what you did.
Yeah.
It's like saying I'm a little
Demetrius Johnson
guy. Yes. I was just, I'm a very white Seamus guy.
I'm just hoping that Struve doesn't get into too much trouble before he gets the fight to the ground, because if anything is, I mean, when you get a heart condition and stuff, if anything, maybe you value your life a little bit more, and if he values his life a little bit more, hopefully his striking coaches, particularly his striking defense coaches, value his life a little more. So really, hopefully, he doesn't get in too much deep shit before he drags Mitrione down or pulls guard and submits. Like, I'm going with Struve submission 1, guard pull triangle.
I mean,
there's my analysis.
Really.
I just don't know what Struve we're going to see coming off of the heart problems and everything. It's one of the hardest things to do when you have a guy that's had a serious injury coming back in for the first time to assess whether it's the same fighter or not.
Well, there's the broken jaw, too. I mean, it's not just the heart condition. It's the fact that Mark Hunt broke his face in half. So,
I mean, do you think he'll be more gun-shy of getting hit, or will he go, listen, Mark Hunt is quite possibly, across the entire spectrum, one of, if not the hardest punchers in the world. So Mitrione, what the fuck is Mitrione going to do to me? That Hunt already did.
It's really two different beasts too, because Mitrione is so much more. Not that Mark Hunt's like a ball of lightning in the cage, but Mitrione is a lot more plodding and a lot more, kind of just like slow leg kick heavy too in his approach. I just think that Struve, once Struve gets buzzed a little bit, I think he's going to have to get buzzed once and survive it, and then he's going to be fine. But I think he's going to get touched a little bit.
So like every Struve fight.
So basically, just a little bit, because he gets hit a lot most times. Just a little bit.
A lot more blood. Nothing says a Struve fight like somebody bleeding from the mouth.
I mean, if Stefan Struve is not bleeding, he's not in a fight.
He should start walking in the cage like the Sandman and just smash a can of Zions over his head before he gets in and just start bleeding.
Just take like a tack hammer and start hitting himself in the teeth. Also, another thing, Mitrione seldom gives up size, and he really doesn't give up height in the cage often. So it might behoove Struve to see how he can defend a high kick. Because I doubt he's had many of those thrown at him.
No. I mean, if Struve can just work his jab, and hopefully the Hunt fight will finally be the thing that will get him to learn how to actually use his range properly, because...
We've only been saying that since 2008.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that him getting his jaw split in half will be that kind of, little nudge to make him realize, maybe I need to reevaluate a couple things on my stand-up, because this is happening too much.
If he wasn't the dumbest asshole on the planet, I'd believe that, but I honestly believe that Stefan Struve is probably the dumbest guy in the UFC. And he probably deserves getting his ass kicked for at least a minute every fight.
Just hellacious, just rock'em sock'em robots, head popping off, just getting beaten until he learns his lesson. And then he comes back and gets the win because I love the man.
He's like 14 feet tall.
He's a good egg. Have you guys bumped into any fighters, movers, shakers?
Well, I'll tell you what. I showed up at the airport.
Yes, I saw your placard. It was a hit, and I also saw there was a official-looking gentleman with a Zuffa placard next to you.
Yeah, I went and stood right by him because I felt like if that was the place to be for sure to pick up a real high-level fighter.
That's probably the place to pick up Josh Hall.
And I did. No, but I mean, it was we bumped into A. Gracie.
It was the one that does the things with Henry, whatever his name is. Hoyler? Hoyler. Marcelo Gracie.
That's right.
And then, so he was there. Mr. Wonderful Phil Davis was there, looking absolutely terrifying.
He looks like a pterodactyl.
He's a
does he look like a dinosaur in real life?
His shoulders are wider than mine. It freaks me out a lot.
Also, Dominic Cruz was there, gingerly walking through, avoiding obstacles.
I feel as if Dominic Cruz walks gingerly everywhere, just like a house of cards.
Avoiding headed around.
That was it. That's all that's happened so far.
Because who else would Emily Bain hang out like a loser waiting for people?
We could have really. There's a couple things you can really do if you're still here, and if you're in Vegas and you're creepy. You could do one of two things: go to the Mandalay Bay and just kind of sit and wait for things to happen, or to go to the airport and just sit where the arrivals are by the baggage claim.
Or go to the Fan Expo where there's like 75, 80 fighters that are going to be there doing
including Lil Evil, Jens Pulver.
And friend of the program, Andre Feely.
We're coming for you, Touchy Feely. We've got Snapple.
Fly, little eagle, fly. So what's on the agenda for this evening, boys?
Bowling.
Pool.
Bowling.
The swimming pool, not like
bowling and swimming and beer pong with the fellas.
What if you could bowl in a pool?
I don't think you can't.
I'm not sure if metaphysical technology has caught up that far, but hey, it's Las Vegas, right, fellows?
Find it.
If I can do it, you'll never know about it.
A couple pints of the black, huh?
Fellas!
Because it happens here and it stays here, guys.
Except when I take pictures and put it on Instagram.
Well, it has certainly been enlightening, gentlemen. I wish you nothing but the best in your stay. Yes, one of these guys, whoever is the most responsible, which look at them, we'll be live tweeting from the at Undercard Super account. Live tweeting.
Accounts manager Taylor Engels on the case.
Don't be shy about posting some pictures in there as well. So feel free. So make sure to follow Undercard Super and at Earl Montclair, at Taylor Engel 27, at JHall282 for all their shenanigans a go-go. So enjoy your evening, lads, and we will catch up with you when you get home.
We'll see you when you get to Las Vegas, Luke.
I'm on my way.
It's a couple
hours.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump from over here. Geography are hard. I could pretty much just walk there. I'll meet you guys tonight.
We'll save a lane for you.
Thank you. And a Tom Jones show.
And on that note, that'll be all for tonight.
Dum.